Good day and hello, and you are welcome to this channel. You are obviously new because this is also a new channel, and this is our very first episode, and so you are very special people when you have tuned in. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy Africa Day. The first episode happens to be on Africa Day. Happy Africa Day. And so let's just delve into what this is all about, what this channel is all about. We know Africa, we know the problems that are facing Africa, but this channel is about the solutions. Not so much talking about the problems, but the solutions to the problems that you are facing. One of the problems that we know is facing us in Africa, it is lack of jobs, and lack of jobs, that means unemployment, and that fits directly into poverty. There are a number of things that are responsible for the high levels of poverty in Africa, but unemployment, lack of jobs is one of them. So I want to talk today about manufacturing. While talking about manufacturing, I'm not saying that it is the only solution, but whatever solution, whatever impact it can make towards solving a problem, it is better than sitting back and doing nothing. I want us to talk about manufacturing in Africa as a way of eradicating poverty, as a way of creating jobs in Africa. It is documented that sub-Saharan economies are under-industrialized, and that means huge opportunities in manufacturing. And manufacturing will almost always begin with agro-processing. And it is ripe so in Africa because 60% of farm produce goes to waste, which means that there are vast opportunities in agro-processing, processing the food that we eat, beverages and food. It's always the first step. And even in a so-called most industrialized economy in Africa of South Africa, agro-processing and food and beverages, they contribute a lot. They make a significant contribution towards the GDP of that country. So I want us to talk about manufacturing. Manufacturing is documented to produce many millionaires, especially if we do it like Germany did after Second World War. Mr. Eckhart, he discouraged monopolies, that is one big firm producing everything. Rather, he discouraged that and encouraged that many small people do their own production and manufacturing, and that produces many millionaires. Also, what manufacturing does, it increases or it improves the economy. It adds and it contributes to economic development. It is also known to increase productivity, something that all our sub-Saharan economies need. If you just judge by the GDP per capita, it's very low, but productivity increases and therefore GDP per capita will increase. It's also known to catapult economies into higher income, into middle and higher income countries. So there are many benefits of manufacturing, something that we have missed, that we have not yet gotten right in Africa. And I would say that spells huge opportunities in Africa to go into manufacturing, agro-processing, and manufacturing small goods, small consumer goods like school uniforms, the perfumes, roll-on, body lotions, toothpaste. It just doesn't make sense that we should be sitting here and importing spaghetti, something that is so simple to make. But what I want to talk about, I don't want to focus on what we are getting wrong. I want to focus on opportunities, because the gap that exists it means opportunities here. And that can produce many millionaires, that can produce jobs. And when people have jobs, they have a livelihood, they're able to take care of their children, and they're taken out of poverty, something that we rarely and badly need in Africa. So I will be talking about the solutions, what we can do in Africa to move Africa forward, to move ourselves out of the unfortunate situations we find ourselves in, into a better position where we can enjoy a better quality of life, where we can stop wanting to emigrate from Africa to more developed countries in search of a better quality of life, but where we can develop a better quality of life for ourselves here in Africa. So I'll be talking a lot about this, but I don't want to make the videos too long because I know the cost of data in Africa, but this was just to highlight that there are vast opportunities. Now we might say that opportunities exist. Why have not the people taken up these opportunities if they exist? There are three things that limit entrepreneurship in Africa. It is lack of capital. And I want to address that. The NPO that I've just founded, called Africa Accelerated Economic Development, it seeks to address that through partnerships, meaningful and mutually beneficial, that is in terms of finance, partnerships between local entrepreneurs in Africa and the diaspora, or even if it's not Black people, but any established small business anyway, with money to invest. And then we facilitate these partnerships, and the investing partner becomes also sort of a mentoring partner, while we also give training to our people, because what we plan to do is to move them into small manufacturing, to take them out of informal street vending into small manufacturing with training, and then with continued input of mentorship from established businesses, which will mean that the fact that Africa is under industrialized means that there is very little competition, and there being very little competition means that the chances of success are very high. So you are unlikely, if you invest in a local business, in a local partnership with a local entrepreneur, you are unlikely to walk away with a loss because of lack of competition, or very low level of competition. So this is what we plan to do, and in the coming videos we will be talking about specific opportunities that exist in every African country, not just talking about them in general. And also we will be talking about, or in interviewing some of the people who are involved in manufacturing in Africa, so that they can talk to us about what are the most important factors that spell success, the challenges that they met, how they overcame those challenges to be where they are today. And we will also be talking about bringing you some basic key practical training on things like costing, because in manufacturing, costing, pricing are very, very important. We will also be talking about inventory material and inventory and stock control, because those are also very important, because they can be areas where you lose money. We'll be talking about anything and everything that pertains to manufacturing, to strengthen small scale manufacturing in Africa, to create jobs. And as we create jobs, we take many out of poverty, and that leads to economic development in Africa. Instead of us trying to run away from Africa, let us stay with a plan, stay intentionally with a plan, implement the plan to make changes, because unless we have a plan and unless we implement it, nothing will change. But like I said, this is the first video, and I intend to keep them very short, because sometimes if it's too long, then the people tend to lose interest. And then you can tell me maybe as time goes on how long you wish these videos to be, because then we can add more content. But please, in the pinned comment below, please do click on that link of the ebook, because in chapter 2 we talk about developing an entrepreneurial mentality and an entrepreneurial mindset, which I think is a very, very important. It's very crucial. Please do click on that link and download the book. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next videos. We will be dropping a new video every week. And please do like the video, and also if you like it, share it with your contacts on social media and other platforms. And please do subscribe, and thank you very much.